speaking of games with like long tutorials, apart from Metaphor as well, we played a game with a really long tutorial.
Oh yeah, we did Gloomhaven.
We played another board game.
shit.
Didus was like, okay, so put things in perspective. When Didus went to England, he talked about one thing, and this thing was this mythical board game called Gloomhaven.
Okay,
right?
I love the name already.
Because we played Slay the Spire. Really enjoyed that, and Didus like, yo, let me sell you on this thing called Gloomhaven, and I'm like, say no more. I'm already sold. Proceeds to go on a 2-hour rant about. Okay, so we were on this road trip for 2 hours. Within 5 minutes, I was sold. He continues for 2 hours, trying to sell me on a game that I already was playing.
Oh my god, this is the most Didus ass looking game I've ever seen.
We're playing Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, which
Jaws
looks
of
quite
the Lion,
different from a couple of these.
Which is a little different, which is like the baby version of Gloomhaven.
Right.
Which, if we didn't have the baby version of Gloomhaven, I think we'd
That's the baby version?
This is
Look
the
how many
baby
pieces
version.
there are.
Yes, I know. This is a baby version of Gloomhaven.
Holy shit.
So I don't think we would have been able to play this if we didn't play the Slay the Spire board game that we previously played. Because this one was on a complexity on another level. I don't think it's that complex, but there's just so much information that you just have to like ingest.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm like, what is anything? It's like,
what is anything?
Yeah, it's like Warhammer with D&D a little bit.
I think the best way to explain how it was that it was D&D, but it had already chosen the character.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like the story you're going on. Well, not actually, it's kind of like D&D in the sense of like you have this character, we all have roles, we do battles, but like all the character stuff is predetermined and all that. Basically how you
Right.
Yeah. So they definitely hold your hand through the game, but it's got a very similar battle system to basically every RPG out there.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate, or if you played any JRPG, it's a similar turn-based battle system.
Yeah.
Basically, it was basically Fire Emblem for me, except the tiles were hexagonal.
Right.
The difference is playing on a tabletop game, playing an RPG system on a tabletop game, it just takes way more fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't realize how much the computer works out every, like, so many small little details.
In Fire Emblem, it's like they calculate how much damage you're going to do, the chance to miss and everything. But, like, I guess with this one, you got to do it all manually, right?
Yeah, you got to do it all manually.
Oh, my God. That's going to take a while.
With all the same systems.
Right.
But it's a lot, it's a different experience, but it's definitely a lot funner being more involved with it.
I mean, you sold me when you said Fire Emblem, so I'm just like, say less.
it is basically Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
That's what I found when I was playing this game, just tabletop style.
Right.
And we played for like a good 6 hours or so.
Yeah.
We went through 3 missions.
we didn't even meet the tutorial.
We didn't beat the tutorial.
What? No.
It took us 2 hours to set up the board.
Yeah, because Dom would watch like a 2.5 hour video explaining the game, and then he rocked up and he was like, I don't really know how to set this stuff up.
Because he was like, I played this before. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Normally for this type of game, because it was you with Slay the Spire, where you need someone to just like guide you through the game. So we were like, all right, Didus is just gonna guide us through the game, and he was like, man, I don't remember shit. I played in college.
So you're like, okay.
And he's like,
my God.
all right. And then he turns up and he was like, all right, boys. I think it's easier just to watch this YouTube video explaining it. And we're like, how long's the video? And he's like, all right, there's this guy who goes on explains everything really quickly. And we're like, how long's the video? It's like 30 minutes. I was like,
34 minutes.
34 minutes.
Oh my
That's part 1, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Part 1 of 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got into it, and I think it almost worked out worse because he had so much knowledge of this game, but the game kind of introduced it in a more linear way that was almost a bit better because it didn't introduce certain mechanics.
Right.
And Didus was like, I know this mechanic, and then it turned out the game was like, actually don't use that yet. And so it was kind of confusing. But there was a lot of stuff to keep track of, and it became a lot more easier as we went.
Yeah.
But it was still very complicated. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, board
looks
games are
fun.
really good.
I don't think it's complicated per se. I just think there is, like you said, a lot to keep track of. But if you've played like a RPG battle system, turn-based battle system, a lot of these concepts are the same. Like you have like your speed, where everyone has a certain speed for every attack, and then you figure out the speed, and then you figure out the speed comparative to the enemies. And if there are multiple enemies, then you kind of like then you kind of like have to figure out, okay, for this turn, this person goes first, and this person, this person, this person, this person. All this is done in like a microsecond when you're playing on the computer.
Yeah,
when you're like even though that's a simple concept, because it is a simple concept. When you have like 8 pieces, 8 different characters for every turn to figure out, okay, who goes first? Yeah. Okay, this is the turn order. Now let's decide on what attack we're doing for this turn. It's a lot.
It's really fun though.
But
it sounds fun, yeah.
It was super fun, and
I just need to put away 6 hours to learn how to play it.
Yeah, I kind of realized it's with Slay the Spire and this, I guess we're slowly starting to getting into tabletop games. I kind of like before I'd hear people who were into tabletop games, they'd be like, oh, we'd be playing for like 6 or 8 hours. I was like, how the fuck you play a tabletop game for 6 to 8 hours?
Yeah,
because I've only played like stuff like Risk, very very simple tabletop games, and then you introduce something like this, which is a totally different kind of like complexity, but it's super fun just to get actually like immersed in the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And super involved.
I mean, if you couldn't get immersed in it, then I don't think anyone would sit around for 6 to 8 hours to play it, you know?
No.
I think there's like 25 missions there and did 3.
Yeah.
I imagine it would speed up a lot the more we get going, but
yeah. It was most, if not all of you's first time playing it, right? So I think that's where it just dragged a little bit. But if you're playing with like, 5 people who've played it a shitload, I'm sure it goes way faster. But even still, that's a long game.
Yeah, because the first 5 levels are tutorials, and
it's just like Metaphor Fantasy.
Yeah. The first 5 levels are all tutorials, introducing you to like all the new mechanics. Yeah. And then after the tutorial, they're like, okay, now you can play the game.
Yeah. The worst part is when you're like, what's this rule about? And then like you just cannot find a definitive answer to something in the book, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that's what it was like. If we didn't have Pete when we did our Magic Nights at one time to just guide us through all the different terminology in terms of like what does this term mean for this Magic card?
It's like every 5 seconds, someone in the room is just like Pete.
Yeah. I realized that like if you don't play Magic, some of those cards felt like very hard to interpret correctly.
Yeah, well, that's why I kind of stopped playing a lot of like TCGs, especially like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, early Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like quite simple to understand, even for someone who was playing it for the first time. Nowadays, though, like you look at like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card like made recently from like a recent deck, the text is so fucking small because there's just like 17 things you can do with this one card, and they're like I don't understand most of this, and I don't know how to use it. And then you combine that with fucking however many cards in a deck, and you're like, where do I even begin? How do I even begin to learn how to play this if I'm not playing with someone who knows how to play?
Yeah, I'm wondering how long TCGs, like how long a game of like a TCG like goes now comparative to like when the early days of TCG, when I'm sure like
it depends how good and or shit you are.
That's true.
I remember watching a YouTube video about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Banned list cards, and it was only like 20 whenever it came out, like 2 years of banned cards, and it was 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And the guy wasn't like talking about
I've
it
seen
for long.
that video.
He wasn't talking about each card for long. I was like, this is an insane amount of bans for a game. And I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Rounds in Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card games are 40 minutes long. That's a league game.
Yeah.
that is a league game.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
But like, I remember when I first played Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I was first playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Like a regular game would maybe go on for like, I don't know, what felt like 10, 15 minutes maybe, because there aren't that many things you can do with a single card. But now you have like fusions and like even more like convoluted sacrifices and stuff like that. I'm just like, I don't know how you can sit there for 40 minutes and do all this.
Yeah, well, also it depends on like how long the card game has been in existence for.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure like power creep is definitely a thing. Like I'm wondering can you search up how long the average One Piece card game takes? Since that's just launched, right?
Yeah,
because
that was made, I think, by a guy who was one of like the original guys who made Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG.
Most skilled players tend to
10 Don? What's
10 Don? I don't know what that means.
The fuck is 10
I don't know. I'm a One Piece fan. I don't know what that means.
In the One Piece card game, we don't have turns. We have dons.
We have dons. I'm guessing that's turns, right?
Wait, hold up. They go for fairly long. Many turns after all 10 dons are out. What's a don?
Maybe a round?
Probably it's. I'm gonna guess it's a turn.
The fuck is it? Why?
Because I've been thinking about getting into the One Piece trading card game.
I've thought about it too.
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
Don
in
cards are
Japan.
used to play the cost of using a card. Oh, so it's like mana.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you gain 1 mana a turn. I have no idea.
No, you get 1 Don.
Oh, sorry, 1 Don. Sorry. 1 Don.
It's like, I will summon Luffy with my 5 Dons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've looked into the One Piece card game because especially recently in Japan, it's gotten so big. Like, it's one of the most popular TCGs right now.
What was the most popular card game? Well, what is the most popular card game in Japan?
Right now?
Yeah.
I think it's the One Piece card game, actually.
What was it before? Magic?
Pokemon. Wow. Yeah. For a while, well, actually, it's kind of, there's like a top 3, which has always been like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, and Pokemon. But then recently, the One Piece card game's gone really big. Duel Masters is really big as well. Vice Schwartz is really big too.
And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still really big.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still one of the top ones.
Pokemon's number 1, and
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Pokemon I don't
Wow, Duel Masters is number 3. That's crazy.
I'm surprised. I didn't know Yu-Gi-Oh!
Vice
was
Schwartz
still
is
going
more
so strong.
popular than Magic in Japan.
Wow.
That's wild.
Is this just Japan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Japan generally loves home brands.
Yeah, home
Yeah.
brands, of course.
And has a tendency for it.
Yeah, One Piece is already 4th now,
Yeah.
above Magic. That's crazy.
Yeah. Holy shit. Okay.
300
What even is Duel Masters?
Duel.
I think I've heard it a bunch, but I've never like actually seen it.
It's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was
That's what my impressions was.
yeah.
seeing
Yeah,
it.
it's basically
It's just
I
Yu-Gi-Oh.
played a little bit of Duel Masters when it came out. I was in like primary school, I think, when it first started. And it's very similar to Yu-Gi-Oh, but I never got into it enough to like figure out how to play it. I collected some of the cards because they looked cool, and also there was a manga for Duel Masters, I think, similar to Yu-Gi-Oh. That was like
Wow,
very
everything
big.
about this looks like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That the very right one on the top row. That's the manga that I read when I was a
I
kid.
always wondered, was it Yu-Gi-Oh that basically popularized the meta for trading card game here? Because
Yes.
for some reason, every time I would see an anime, or
have,
you know,
like,
you can tell when
one-
an anime comes from a trading card game.
Yeah.
Because they all have the same fucking
No,
hairstyle.
1,000,000% it was because of Yugi. Yugi's hairstyle was the like beginning of like, if you play a trading card game, your hair needs to be fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just
Doesn't even matter if you're Yu-Gi-Oh.
egregious.
Doesn't even matter if you're Yu-Gi-Oh. You need to have this kind of like wacky hairstyle.
You need to have a hairstyle that will give hairdressers all over the world an aneurysm just looking at it, just being like, what the fuck is going on?
Cosplayers are just like, no, please no. I don't want to. I don't want to. But yeah, Gloomhaven was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I want to play it now.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy after hearing that there's a 6-hour tutorial, but it's up my alley.
Well, we got to finish our 25 mission.
Yeah, you
year
finish your
long.
game first. Hopefully by then I would have.
2 years from now. We'll try
Okay,
it.
okay, easy. I'll
gotta-
learn how to play it by then.
You got to get your board game table.
I do, yeah. I want
Yeah.
a board game.
Oh yeah,
The
you're gonna
Pro
get that
CD
soon.
board game table?
I want to get it so bad.
Oh man.
Because I asked ProZD, I was like, because you know he's like the board game guy.
Yeah.
I was like, what is your like top 5 like kind of longish but not like too long? Like, you know, like basically like full day games.
Yeah.
He sent me a list and I was like, Dune. There's a Dune board game.
Like the book.
Yeah, like type in Dune Imperium. Apparently, like it's a very, very good board game. And wait, is this the one?
Dune Imperium.
Second one.
Yeah.
But then I looked at it and it said it was quite complicated. It said 3 out of 5 complexity. Meanwhile, I think like Slay the Spire was like 2. And I was
Are
like,
you serious?
Yeah.
That was a 2?
Playing time 60 to 120 minutes.
that always means you double it, is what I've learned.
Yeah.
Whatever that says, you double that.
So it'd be about 2 to 3 hours.
I think you like fight for spice against each other. I think that's
Oh,
the
that makes
point.
sense.
Oh, that sounds super fun.
Is a game that uses deck building to add a hidden information angle to traditional worker placement. What does that mean?
This all makes sense if you play a lot of board games.
What does
I
that
do-
mean?
What I've learned is that they have so much like lingo that is like absolutely you can't understand it.
I've never read a beginning sentence to that introduces something, and I'm like, what does that mean?
We're just fine for the spice.
All right.
I think there's like resource management, and I think you have to. I don't know. It seems complicated as fuck.
It sounds like talking points.
Oh
you
my
know?
god, yeah.
Whenever you describe a game, you're like, yes, this is a action RPG open world, and I'm like, okay, this is just like all.
It's like describing music genres.
Yeah, right.
Look at those little like things. Look at all this. Look
Holy
at
shit.
This looks complicated.
That looks really
Then
complicated.
another one he told me about was I think Project Zomboid. I think you can search it in the same website.
Project Zomboid.
I think it's Project Zomboid. Am I crazy?
Wait, for reference, how long does a game of Monopoly say it takes on there?
That's a good point.
Yeah, what's
Look up Monopoly.
look up Monopoly and
Not
look up the
Project
game
Zomboid.
time.
Zombicide, I think it was. Sorry.
Yeah, Monopoly.
1935.
Yeah,
Holy
sure.
shit.
Sure, just do that one.
Yeah,
That's the classic
OG
one.
Monopoly.
60 to 180 minutes.
That's a fucking lie.
That's assuming everyone knows how to play Monopoly and you start it up.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know how to play Monopoly though?
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Like if everyone knew how to play Dune, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm sure
Yeah.
our game would be fast because no one was going to know.
Yeah,
how to
if
play.
everyone knew how to play Gloomhaven,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have taken you guys 6
Can
hours.
you finish a game of Monopoly in 60 minutes though?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
Yeah.
Question is, what was it? I just saw when you started Monopoly, there was Game Monopoly.
What?
Did you see that?
Gay Monopoly? Oh yeah, Gay Monopoly. No, go back. Yeah, at the
Gay
bottom,
Monopoly.
1983, Gay Monopoly.
Sure.
What the fuck?
180 minutes. There is no lower end on Game Monopoly.
Oh wow, that's really Gay Monopoly.
Oh wow!
Yo, I want this. That's sick. Wait, what do you buy? Do you buy like the YMCA? Like
don't
what?
know.
I don't know. What? That sounds.
Oh my god, look at that fucking dump truck on that dude.
I like how
see
there's
that?
like there's no 60 minutes in this one. It's at least 120.
Yeah.
180 minutes.
This is a strand type game.
Yes.
You're gonna want to lock in.
Given Diana Award for outstanding service to Houston gay community.
What is this?
Oh my god, we need to play this.
What?
We need to
I
play
can't
this.
believe this exists.
Oh my god, I want this.
Holy shit.
Oh god.
400.
Oh shit. I mean, I guess it is from 1985.
Yeah. This looks like at this point it's an antique, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 40-year-old game.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's scary to think. I love it. Look at the dump truck on the dude on the right. Holy shit.
I like how the board's a circle,
Yeah.
not a square. You know,
I like the square board. Am I crazy?
Yeah. I don't know. The circle looks weird. I'll be honest.
Oh, is it because in a square it's straight?
Joey.
Did I figure it out?
Let's not make.
Did I figure it out?
Let's not make assumptions here.
That might actually be it.
let's not make assumptions here, Joe.
I found this out. Did you know there was a Bloodborne board game?
No.
Did you know this? And it's like because I've watched like board game reviews talk about board games, and it's like an in joke because of the amount of like plastic in it.
Wait, look it up.
You can go to the
Bloodborne
same
board
website you're on Game Monopoly. This is just like just type in like Bloodborne. Yeah. The
Board game 2021.
It's kind of like
There's also a card game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So scroll
45
down,
to.
like try and like
Whoa.
get a picture of.
Because I went to this gaming bar and they had a Dark Souls board game as well.
Really?
Oh,
So
that's sick.
This
apparently
actually looks
this isn't
dope.
the first Souls type board game. I don't know how you play it. I don't know if it's as hard as a
I heard
Souls
it was
game.
decent.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the figures are cool.
There's like hundreds of them apparently.
Dude, that looks sick. Whoa.
Apparently the box is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
This is like the entry point into something like Warhammer.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Because I never understood what Warhammer was growing up.
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law recently just got into Warhammer. And I'm like, do you play the game or do you just collect the figurines? And it seems like, well, I think I know the rules of the game. But he just spends most of his time painting figurines. You know?
I think it's like quite therapeutic to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like kind of painting them.
Well, it
guess-
seems like Gunpla or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess it's also the equivalent to like, people who collect Pokemon cards but don't actually play the Pokemon game. They
Yeah.
just want to collect the card.
Well, that's just-
AKA moi.
Yeah, do you know how to play the Pokemon?
I know how to play the
TCG?
game, yeah. But I don't collect them to play the game. I collect them because they just look cool.
Would you ever bring out your binder if someone's like, I want to play a game of Pokemon with you?
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, I have a deck binder.
Oh, you do?
I do have a deck
You have,
binder.
you have your own Pokemon deck?
Yeah, I have my own decks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a massive stack of like dupe boxes that I have, which I probably have over like 2,000 cards.
I was curious to see like what the most complicated board games were, and bro, you may as well just get a PhD I think on this website they rank them like the most complicated.
All right,
board
look
What
it
is
up.
the most complicated board game?
I can't remember what it was, but I remember it was. I was trying to like understand a YouTube video of it, and I just couldn't. I couldn't wrap my head around it.
Advanced Squad Leader.
Okay, it's got an 8 though. Rise and Decline of the Third Reich.
Whoa.
Can you open it? Like, what complexity rating is it?
4.3.
4.3.
Jesus, look at that map. Look at that map. Look at the map on the fucking pictures.
At this point, are you actually just reenacting World War II?
Oh my God. What's happening?
This is actually just what the war was like, you know.
Yeah. What?
You're just playing real history here.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Oh my, look, dude, those pieces are tiny as
Oh
well.
my God, I
Yeah.
just saw the pieces. I didn't even see
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the. Some people love these kind of games, but this is a bit much for me.
Yeah.
It's a bit
Well-
much. Were all of them war games?
I don't know.
So it's
Advanced Squad
probably
Leader, Starfleet
Probably.
Battles,
Oh, Starfleet.
Car Wars,
Star Wars.
the Campaign for North Africa, the Desert War, 1940. Yeah, they're all war games. Europa.
Well, I assume it's just
Oh,
They're
Magic
quite
Realm?
old. Oh yeah, that's a newer one. Click that
Yeah.
one. Because a lot of those games seem very old.
yeah.
4.56.
4.56.
The granddaddy of
complexity.
complex RPG style board games with 16 unique characters from 1979.
Can I see the?
Yeah, let me see the pictures. Oh God, I can already tell. It's fucked.
Oh, it's got like a build your own. Oh,
Personal
look
history
at that
pad.
spreadsheet. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I mean, you know, props to people who can like make these games, but
Yeah.
fuck me, man. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my, bro.
I was trying to find
what
out
am I looking
the most modern complex game was, because like these all seem like they were born out of more so the time not having the ability to have like maybe like figures
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
and maybe a little easier.
Well, this
annotations.
just comes straight out of like the
That's
D&D
crazy
stuff,
though.
right?
That's literally like my chemistry homework.